Why do I look crooked?
Are you crooked, Harry? We're live, Harry. Is your hat crooked? See, you can't hear me now. Your hat's straight.
It is?
Yeah. It's a little. Actually, it is a little crooked. It's a little.
Yeah.
Or this way for you. I thought you were doing that as a stylish thing, Harry. Like,
No.
you know, like AI would wear his hat slightly crooked.
Yeah. Crooked.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 39 of Cheese Podcast. Harry Mays, Jason Myrtetus. Let me just start out with this disclaimer today, Harry.
Yeah.
There has been so little preparation that's been put into this show today.
Yeah.
That it's got to be good.
You think so? You think that's when we're at our best?
I do.
When there's no prep.
I wrote down like 4 words.
Okay, well, I wrote more than that. I always had to have a sheet or two of handwritten notes to go into every show. Like even if I wouldn't use them, I had to have them there. It was almost like a safety blanket for me.
Like a whoopee.
Yeah, you want to call it a whoopee, we'll call it a whoopee. But yeah, like even if I didn't, go back and read them, it just sort of felt like I was ready to go.
Well, if all shit hit the fan, if Bruno lost his voice and the phones went down,
right,
you had something, a safety net.
Right. Bruno would have them too. He had like a little legal pad, and he'd always jot stuff down. But the funny thing about his stuff that he jotted down, it was all like for his national show, like at night, like when he was doing Into the Night, and then he was working with me during the day in Philly only. But all the notes that he had were like almost like doing a sports update for all that went on in the NBA last night kind of thing. And I'm like thinking, we can't use that. Like, that's not going to do squat for us.
Yeah,
what do you mean?
Copious notes for a show that he's not getting ready to do until 8 hours later. But for your show, nothing.
Absolutely.
Then 4 minutes in, he's going, where's the show sheet?
The show sheet?
Yeah, where's the deal of the week, Harry?
You know what's coming up, Harry? And I'd be like, what?
When I worked with Anthony, he'd be there like on his phone going bananas, writing stuff, but it was never for the show. It was for some
screenplay.
Yeah,
or script. Or yeah.
I'm like, can we do the fucking show here?
I know.
He used to drive me nuts because he needed glasses really bad. But he didn't have them, so he'd be like squinting, looking at everything. I'm like, dude, you're giving me a fucking headache.
Why didn't he get glasses?
Good vampire look good. No, I don't know. I have no idea.
I know. I never did regular shows with him, but I did a couple. And he was always on his phone texting with his buddies while the show was going on.
Oh, yeah, big time.
Like while he's talking, he could multitask and carry on a text conversation with like 3 of his boys.
Yeah, with Boo, Joe Ben,
Jimmy Head, or whatever. What was that guy? Was it Jimmy Head?
Yeah, Jimmy Head.
Yeah, I met him once at a remote.
He's the best.
Yeah.
He'd always be, I'm texting Spags. He'd tell me during break or
Howie.
Oh, I loved when Howie texted him.
Right.
When I read that report about Wentz.
Oh yeah, right. About the back.
Howie had a few F-bombs in there.
I
appreciated it. Yeah, but I was right. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do?
Yeah, what are you going to do about the Phillies, man? I tell you, it's amazing what a loss can do to sort of fracture a very fragile fan base. Because, you just went, because the Phillies were rolling through the playoffs, right? And their pitching was unbelievable. Everybody's hitting the ball. And all of a sudden, their ace or one of their aces gets a 4-run lead and suddenly gets shelled. The fan base is shook.
Yep.
But in reality, you did what you came to do. You came to get home field advantage. You split. I mean, I know the way it happened last night was not good, and it kind of makes you feel like, wow, like have they figured something out? Because they were just on top of his fastball, like from about what was that inning, the 3rd inning on or whatever.
Yeah,
it was 4-0, and then after like 2, and then the next 2 hitters hit home runs back to back, and all of a sudden Nola was human.
Yeah,
again.
Did Raj put out a tweet, Harry?
Raj?
Telling people to kiss his ass again?
No, but it's funny though, because Nola in his last 3 starts prior to last night's game, he was 6 2/3 scoreless innings against Houston the night that they clinched the playoffs on the road. 6 2/3 scoreless against St. Louis on the road in the wild card. 6 innings pitched with 1 unearned run allowed, unearned by the way, against Atlanta in the division series. Last night he goes 4 2/3, gives up 6 runs on 7 hits, couple of home runs. And it's actually the 3rd time that the Phillies have blown at least a 4-run lead in the playoffs. Do you remember the other 2 times?
Well, one of them was 93.
Correct. That was in the World Series.
Yes, and that's Joe Carter who ended that one.
That was the crazy game 4, where the Phillies led 14-9 in the 8th inning.
God.
And Toronto then scored 6 runs in the 8th to win the game 15-14, you may recall. Larry Anderson and Mitch Williams gave up the GOAT in that game.
Wow.
They combined in that inning to give up all those runs. And that was, 15-14. Of course, the Phillies go on to lose the series, Joe Carter. But the other time was one that I talked about many, many times on The Fanatic.
Was it 07? Colorado?
No. 2011.
Okay.
Game 2 against the St. Louis Cardinals.
Is this Jamie Moyer?
No, Cliff Lee. Don't you remember the Cliff Lee game? He got staked to a 4-run lead. Yes. I was at a wedding reception for one of my good buddies, Jim Crompton, and we're down in Avalon at the Avalon Yacht Club at the reception, and they had the TV on, and the game was on in the bar. So I got one eye on the game and one eye on everything that's going on at the reception. And
you're drinking so much, you only got one eye going.
Well, that's true. But I couldn't believe that they got him that lead and he spit up the game and they ended up losing the series. And that was really the end of the era.
Yeah.
If you remember, but so I thought
because then they didn't hit in the last game.
No. So that's
you give Cliff Lee a 4-run lead like that. You're taking that thing to the bank all day.
Well, right. And I'm sure about 98% of Phillies fans were thinking the same thing last night with the way Nola's been pitching.
Yep.
So, it is kind of scary when you see, one of your best pitchers who's been pitching so well get rocked like that. But the next game,
though, right?
It is. The next game's the most important game because in a best of 7 series, when they're tied 1-1, the winner of game 3 in the 2-3-2 format, which is what this series is, is in a great spot because they have won the series 69% of the time. Wow. You win game 3 with a series tied 1-1 with a 2-3-2 format, you're 67-30.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, isn't that amazing?
It's such a pivotal game because the momentum of the series swings to a different location. Mm-hmm. You grab the lead, and obviously if you win game 3 and you go up 2-1, you're now capable of going up 3-1, and that's the big thing. Yeah. So, Wheeler in game 1, Har. How about that guy?
Out. Oh my goodness, was he good?
Oh,
I didn't want him to take him out.
No, I wanted him to start again.
But the bullpen was great too. They split the 2 innings, and they were great. But he was so dominant. And then you got the Schwarber home run, 488 feet.
That hasn't landed yet.
The crack of that bat was unbelievable.
Yep.
And the meme of Harper looking out, that was classic.
You'll be seeing that meme forever. That was great. Harper hit a bomb earlier, hit the solo shot.
Right.
And I'm trying to think back, Har, and I don't want to make this about recency bias because the team from 07 to 11 and the iterations thereof, but the core of that team was insanely likable.
Yeah.
Utley, Rollins, Howard, Worth for those years. Yeah, great one. Yeah,
very low. He was very likable. Yeah.
Cole Hamels, right? Cole Hamels is game on.
Well, Cole Hamels, it was kind of weird because some of the I loved him, but some of the fan base was a little kind of, I don't know. I don't know that they were fully committed to Cole Hamels.
Not until the 08, until he was the MVP.
Right.
Because he was kind of California chill. He wasn't really East Coast kind of guy. He's kind of goofy.
Yeah, a little bit.
But that team had so many likable characters. Charlie, for God's sake, right?
Of course, yeah.
And then this team I'm looking at this team, and for the last couple of years, I'm going like, there's not that much likable here other than Harper. Like Segura pissed me off at times.
Yeah, but
Reese Hoskins
he's a
was so
really good hitter.
erratic. Oh yeah, he
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
But now, like with this combination of Brandon Marsh, Schwarber, all these guys.
I like Stott.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you look at a guy like Syndergaard now there,
Right.
and Wheeler's unbelievable. Nola's a homegrown guy.
Right.
Obviously, JT Realmuto, who committed here.
Right. I like
They're
Bohm.
pretty likable.
Bohm's likable, I think. I mean, ever since he sort of owned up to it. Well, not sort of, he did. He owned up to it, saying, "I hate it here. Or I hate this effing place." Remember when he made a couple of errors in the field, and then he
said, "This fucking place."
He kind of made a routine play, and the fans gave him a Bronx cheer, and he was like, "I hate this effing place."
Yeah, I totally. That made me like him more that he said that.
Well,
and admitted it.
And admitted it. So I think. Probably, some of the veteran players got to him and said, "Hey, dude, you got to own this," and he did.
Fall on your
to
sword.
his credit, and then we like you.
That's when an advisor around like Larry Boaher pays. That's his salary right there.
Yeah,
because Bo goes to him and says, "Look, I've been here a long time. I've had success here. I've had a lot of failure here.
Yeah,
own it, and they'll love you even more."
Yep.
I mean, if I was a player, I'd almost premeditate do that.
Yeah.
Get them on my side. But this team is really they're like a ragtag crew, kind of like that 93 team as well.
Yeah, but I think there's just more talent on this team, isn't there?
Refined?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean,
Well, where does it go, Har? Do they win game 3 and take that 69% chance?
Yeah, I think
they
then
go and head to the series?
I think Ranger rises up and gives them 5 good innings.
Okay.
And they cobble the rest together with the bullpen, get a couple of big hits, and win the game.
And then
game 4, game 4 will probably be a Syndergaard, falter bullpen. Maybe they started out with a reliever for an inning or so, and then
is Gabe still here?
Oh, bye. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But no, Wheeler probably pitch Sunday afternoon. No Eagles game on Sunday. Isn't it perfect?
Sometimes the sports gods, I'll tell you what, Har.
Yeah.
They align things perfectly. They clear the schedule for you.
Yeah.
So you can put maximum concentration into it. I mean, it was a week of weeks last week since we last did the show last Thursday.
Right.
All these things are happening. Sixers open their season, with Boston, no less.
Right.
Phillies.
That was a dud.
Yeah, it was. Phillies in the divisional round, they advanced. They knocked out the Braves, and now they're on to the NLCS. The Eagles and the Cowboys, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Eagles beat the Cowboys. They're freaking 6-0.
Right. Go into the bye week with a win.
Flyers won 3 straight.
And the Flyers were 3-0 at one point. I know they lost to the Panther last night.
Yeah, 4-3.
Yeah.
But they didn't tuck tail and run after going down 2-0 again. They came back and they tied the game.
I can't believe they go down 2-0 to Tampa on the road and came back and won that game.
In their home opener.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 bombs from Stamkos on the PP.
Right.
And they overcame it. I mean, they got a power play goal in every game. They're getting excellent, like Carter Hart's been unbelievable. He's got a 943 save percentage. So, I mean, everything is just turning up Philly right now, which is great to see.
Right.
And I love that the Eagles don't play this weekend. This is a perfect time for the bye week.
Me too, because I don't want to have to pay attention to the NFL at all on Sunday.
You're taking a sabbatical?
Yeah, the card stinks. If there's no good games.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe you'd want to watch Dallas against Detroit just to see if Detroit could beat them in Dak's return or something. I get all that. But, Washington's playing Green Bay. But other than that, there's nothing that really gets me excited. So there's no Bills game. They're on the bye week. The Eagles on the bye week. The Vikings are on the bye week. So those are like 3, really good teams to watch. And they're not playing. So I'm not interested.
There's no marquee matchup, is there?
Not to me.
Yeah, I mean, Cincinnati's playing Atlanta. I mean, it's
KC plays San Francisco. That could be a decent game.
Yeah, that's a late one too.
Yeah, 4:25, I believe.
Yeah,
but I want to be fully invested in that Phillies game.
Now, what time is first pitch on Sunday, Har?
Let me check.
Because I'm off this weekend for my son's teams too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we were supposed to go to Lake Placid this weekend. Really? And things kind of fell through at the hotel. Yeah, I was going up there for a tournament. You play one of your games in the gold medal arena up there.
Right.
Stay in the village, the whole thing. And
that's cool.
Yeah, it's not happening though.
2:37 first pitch.
Well, that's perfect.
Yeah, because
That'll
the
leave me
Yankees and the Astros will play at 7:07 that night on Sunday.
all right. And that'll
So
lead me
two.
right into Flyers Sharks that night at the Wells Fargo Center. We'll be watching
Oh
the end of that
man,
game in the press dining room here.
wow.
Oh, it's gonna be a shit show down there, parking and everything again.
Oh yeah,
Ugh,
yeah.
it was like that last
Well,
week at the Braves
now
game.
I haven't watched much of the Flyers. I've tuned in a little bit to the game against Tampa, and saw they were down 2-0, and then texting with you, found out that they were coming back. So I flipped back and forth a little bit. But tell me how they're performing. Are they a Tortorella team where they're blocking a lot of shots,
Yeah,
and all taking one for the team kind of
yeah, I
deal,
mean
or what?
the Devils game, the opener,
Hmm.
Provorov blocked 10 shots in the game.
Wow,
Yeah,
because that's a
yeah, I mean,
hallmark of Tortorella's teams. It always has been.
yes, it's about the team and it's about it's symbolic in a way.
Right,
If you're willing to step in front of a 95 mile an hour clapper, then you're invested. But
right.
no, they've looked good, Harry. I mean, the structure's been good. They're going to have to do it by committee. Different guys are going to have to step up to score because no guy's going to go out and give you 45 goals this year.
Mm.
Konechny's off to a fucking tear.
Well,
He's been
that's good.
unreal.
It's about time.
Yeah. So the Saturday game they played, I interviewed TK
Vancouver.
after. Yeah.
Yeah.
I interviewed TK after the second period. I was down on the glass in our spot down there, Harry, by the Zamboni entrance watching
Right.
the second. And Konechny kept taking his helmet off and throwing it to the trainer on the bench. So when I started the interview with TK, I said, I opened it and said, Travis Konechny with us. A double bucket repair tells me you're doing your job because you're going to the dirty areas.
Wow, what a way to start it.
He laughed and
Double
said,
bucket.
yeah, he goes, I got to get that bucket tightened up. And then at
So
the end, he was taking the tape off his stick while we were doing the interview. I said, all right, go tape that twig.
how many hockey terms can you get in one interview?
Oh my God, it's unbelievable. It was great. A double bucket. A buddy of mine, Gary, texted me. He goes, double bucket repair. That is fucking great.
Not Gary from Boston.
No, not Boston Gary.
Boston
He's supposed to
Gary.
come down though
Yeah.
at some point and hang out with Raider Frank and go to a game and get all sloshed.
Is that right?
Well, he was supposed to come down last year, Boston Gary,
Yeah.
and that huge snowstorm hit and prevented him from coming down.
Hmm.
It was that late one too, like maybe beginning of March, something
Really?
like that.
I don't even remember.
Yeah, you tend to forget snow.
Yeah.
Real quick, tell the people about Wealth Advisory Services, Harry.
Yeah, Wealth Advisory Services, if you don't know them, you should. Paul, Dave, and the entire team, they've got over 100 years of first-class service working with all different levels of investors across the country. And there's something more powerful than luck or coincidence that helps bring financial independence. It's called planning. And as professionals dedicated to continuing education and a high standard of ethics, they leave nothing to chance. Wealth Advisory Services coordinate with other trusted pros to ensure seamless management of your assets with services that range from portfolio management, insurance, tax, estate, retirement planning, and beyond. Located in Bucks County, PA, and down the shore, Cape May, New Jersey, wealthadvisoryservices.com, a personalized approach to managing your wealth.
I could use them, Harry, because I
Yeah.
got to get your thoughts on something that I received in the mail today. I'm
Okay.
going to bring it up here. I just don't want to show my address.
How often do you get your mail?
I
Like, does
don't.
it
My
come
wife
to
does.
your door?
No, we have the box thing.
Okay.
Down to,
So
like a collection of
does
boxes.
she go out there every day and get it, or do you let it build up like I do?
No, it builds up from time to time. Sometimes it's every day. Sometimes it's once a week. And then she'll usually put it in the car and not take it out of the car. And I'll be like, did that check come in? She's like, go look in my car.
Oh,
But I saw this on the kitchen island this morning as I arose from my studio because I was up late last night and because of the game. And I see this Philadelphia Parking Authority, City of Philadelphia, Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, notice of violation.
Uh-oh.
As you can see right there, Howard, notice of violation.
Right.
I go, what is this? And it says violation date 9/25, so that's September 25th, 4:32 p.m. Fine amount $100.
Wow.
I'm like, for what? So it says speed 59 miles per hour, posted speed 45 miles per hour. Then it's got 3 pictures of the truck, my pickup, plowing down Roosevelt Boulevard on the way to the barn for a game. My issue here, I shouldn't have to pay a ticket unless you put boots on the ground to track me down and give me that
the way
ticket.
It works anymore, man.
This is bullshit. This is half-ass.
Not
I
on
should
that
get half price.
Not on that road. That's a dangerous road. That's probably why they've got those cameras on that road.
But Harry, I'm going 59. It's not like I'm barreling down Roosevelt Boulevard going 80.
You're going 60 and a 40, though, right?
No, I'm going 59.
That's 60.
I mean, that's ridiculous.
Why were you on Roosevelt Boulevard to go to the Flyers game?
We had a game up at the Northeast Skate Zone for my son's team. So I got the hockey bag in the back of the truck.
Oh, okay. Now, was this place in Bristol?
No, we were there earlier that day, though, to be honest.
Oh, okay.
So that was our second game that day in the afternoon, and I had to go up to the Northeast Skate Zone or whatever.
Well,
but this getting a ticket on camera thing is bullshit.
Well, yeah, it sucks, but yeah, I mean, why can't you get the Flyers to pay it?
Well, I wasn't going to the Flyer game.
I thought you said you were.
No, I'm going to my son's game. The team I coach.
Oh, okay.
At the Northeast.
I thought you were leaving that game to go to a Flyers game.
No.
Oh, well, then you're on your own.
I mean, look, I understand Roosevelt Boulevard's dangerous.
Yeah.
Then post some cops in cars and put that little mechanical thing on the side of the road.
They've been defunded.
Yeah. See, this is a fucking problem because it's too easy to pinch me fat now. It's lazy.
It's lazy, but it works. You know?
I should fight it.
Why? What are you going to fight?
I'm going to take it to the Ninth Court Circuit of Appeals, Harry.
What attorney are you going to get?
Johnny Cochran.
Yeah.
He's not
dead.
alive anymore.
He's not.
How about Rudy Giuliani? I'll get him. We'll do a press conference at the Landscape place, Harry.
I don't know that Rudy does any legal work anymore.
No, I think he's been.
I think he just does radio shows and stuff.
I'm just like apoplectic about this. I got to wake up to this notice that I was speeding.
Wow.
And I come home a lot of times off 95 to the Blue Route 476 and get off at the Lima Springfield exit to get on Route 1.
Not the Lima Springfield exit.
They always have cops there before you get to, you're going up and before you get to the Granite Run area.
Mm-hmm.
And they use that little mechanical device that's on the side of the road. Then when you go around the turn, they wave you in that you've sped.
Right.
But I look for the mechanical device, Harry.
Mm-hmm.
I am on to their bullshit. Matter of fact, you know who else used to use the mechanical device?
Who?
The Bala cops.
Oh, yeah?
When you would get off 76 at City Line Avenue and make that first right to go by the 555 building and scoot around there.
Yeah.
Right down at the bottom of that hill. That's 25 mile an hour. They'd have that mechanical device, and then they'd have cops sitting there, and they go, come on in, bro.
Right.
I see them waving people in. I just go, I saw your device. I knew you were here.
Why don't you just behave and obey the speed limit?
Well, I mean, I'm going 59. I might have got a little heavy on the foot. Listen, I was probably listening to like Slayer or something.
Right.
I got a little aggressive.
Probably.
That's just where I am.
$100. You better pay it now because they'll jack on an extra fee if you don't pay it within the first couple of days.
Yeah, I wonder how much of this is actually fees.
It's probably a lot of it. It's probably a $25 ticket and $75 worth of fees.
I'll tell you what, I should have gotten into the business of fees.
Mm-hmm.
Because whether it's ticket fees, speeding ticket fees,
mm-hmm.
Do not mail cash. Yeah, no shit.
Right.
Jesus. Unbelievable.
We'll get the old lady to pay it.
Well, she pays for everything else.
Exactly.
I got a text here from Raider Frank here during the program, Harry. He said, I didn't know if you wanted to mention this on the Odd G's podcast. He said, but the Flyers are opening the Wells Fargo Center at 2:00 on Sunday, so Flyer fans can watch the Phils before the 7 p.m. puck drop.
Oh, that's cool.
$5 beers and $1 dogs at the barn.
Wow, that's a pretty good deal.
Oh, man.
It's a really good deal.
Buckled.
Oh, my. Who did they play that night? San Jose?
Yeah, the 0-5 San Jose Sharks, Harry.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. With that Timo Meyer and Tomas Hertl, Logan Couture.
That's a pretty good deal, though. $1 dogs and $5 beers.
That's a
great idea.
Yeah, I give them full props. You know what? I found it strange that I guess it was the Vancouver game. The Flyers were putting the Phillies game on the Jumbotron, and they went picture in picture as the Phillies are trying to close out the game against the Braves,
Mm-hmm.
the game was showing on half of the Jumbotron, and the Phillies game was showing on the other half.
Oh, wow. See, that's a great idea too. It's great when these teams can sort of show support for one another. Like you saw
Mhm.
Nick Sirianni, was at the Phillies game and he's in his suite and he's got the gear on and all this stuff. And that gets shown on TV. The fans love that stuff,
Yeah.
you know?
It's actually understanding the market,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and not going, hey, they're competition. No,
No,
the rising tide raises all boats, and I believe that the
exactly.
Phillies and the Eagles are lifting the Flyers up in a way, if that makes
Mm-hmm.
any sense.
And I know Sirianni, he's a panderer. Okay. That's one of the things I don't really like about him. But
Doesn't
when
feel genuine. You do to you, Har?
um, him being at the Phillies game does, but him wearing the T-shirts every other day when he first got here, the different crazy T-shirts that would, Bryce Harper or whatever. That
Yeah, he shopped at
that
Crossing
seemed
Broad.
like a little forced for
Yeah.
me. He's almost like he was trying too hard. Like,
Mhm.
just calm down. Just win a couple of games and you know
Let it happen
start
organically.
there. Exactly. But seeing him at the games and seeing, these other players and Embiid was at the game. And, I love that stuff. I think
Yeah, I
that's
do
cool.
too. Yeah. When it's the place to be and everybody's there. I remember in 08 or 09
Mhm.
being at one of those Phillies playoff games. My roommate from college is Derek Wickman. His brother-in-law is Brett Myers. So we sat down in the family section. And we're down there hanging out, and you'd see Mike Richards, Karts, and Joffrey Lupul and Scotty
Karts.
Upshaw just double fisting
Oh,
beers at the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. That crew, right?
Right.
I mean, they were there just getting Tank Murdoch. It was awesome.
Wow.
But I love seeing when the other guys come. Rob Thompson was at the Flyer game the other night, dropped the puck. So
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
yeah,
The
he got the
manager.
extension.
Um,
I'm glad to see Joey B's here on the stream
yeah.
because he was on my stream yesterday, Harry, and I got spammed in the middle of the stream with some porn site just posting, click here for blah 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 blah, and I didn't know what to do, so I just kind of blocked the comment, and I blocked Joey B by accident, and I wasn't sure if I blocked him from, my StreamYard.
Oh, geez. No.
So
he's
good to
right.
see
He's right
Joey
there.
B.
Yeah, he's got a Broncos fan in Denver, of course. He says 10,000 no-shows are expected at Mile High for the game against the Jets on Sunday. How about that?
Holy.
This whole Denver Broncos Russell Wilson thing has been a colossal failure thus far.
Oh my God!
I mean,
it's insane.
they're really hard to watch. They did make 3 big plays on Monday night, but still found a way to lose the game to the Chargers, who didn't play well either.
Yeah.
But this whole Russell Wilson thing, and he's a guy who forces it to me.
Yeah.
He's kind of weird.
Yeah, he is. He's a little different.
Yeah, like that whole Mr. Unlimited thing. Remember that about a couple years ago? I mean, what was that?
He was a great player, but has he cooked or what? Like, what's the deal? I know he's dealing with the injury, the hamstring or whatever.
Yeah, he's got an injured hamstring, but
yeah, that team is like watching freaking lava flow uphill, man.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Unreal. Joey B says
they seem to be on primetime TV all the time too.
Well, we all thought they were going to be a good team this year.
Right.
So
yeah, what else did he say?
He said, I thought Jason hated me.
Oh,
Joey B, I will tell you this, that I spent an hour trying to figure out if I had you blocked because I didn't want you to be blocked.
Mm-hmm.
And I searched out Joey B and I found his YouTube channel, Harry.
He has a YouTube channel?
To it. Yes. He doesn't really post anything, but I was making sure he wasn't blocked.
Oh,
so I subscribed to him and then clicked it to make sure he wasn't blocked. So, I mean, these are the lengths that I will go to make sure that this audience is taken care of, Harry.
Yeah. And Corey McManus checking in. Says he loves the pod. Misses us on the radio.
Yeah. Well, I agree with part of that. I agree with the first part. I don't miss me on the radio at all.
Now, I miss me on the radio, but at the right price.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
What are you saying? You can be bought, Harry?
Absolutely, I can.
Yeah. Do you miss the grind of going in there and doing a show for 4 hours a day?
No, I don't miss that. But, if I was paid properly, I could deal with it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, of course, you could do anything. Yeah. I could shovel shit if I'm compensated correctly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
some days that's what we were doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Made a living doing that. Yeah. I mean, this time of year and everything that's going on now, sure, it's fun to be on the air.
Oh, yeah.
Every day. and kind of going through it with the people and the whole thing. But no, I don't miss it at all. I really don't. It's liberating not doing the show every day. I love this medium of on demand, non FCC sanctioned content.
Right. Yeah, I prefer this too.
Yeah.
Did you see the new Sixers promotion?
No, what do they got going on?
Well, they had the what was it, the Frosty freeze out at the free throw line, where if the opposing player would miss 2 free throws, that the fans would get a free Frosty. And I think it was one of the small ones, not the gigantic one. But anyway.
Yeah, that thing's like a shot glass. You need more than that.
It's no longer the Frosty freeze out from Wendy's. It's now Brickin' for Chicken Chick-fil-A nuggets.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Yeah. Now that I can deal with that. That's a good one.
So you get like a 4-piece?
Well, the first time that it happens, the fans get a 5-piece nugget from Chick-fil-A. The second time it happens, they up the ante to 8 nuggets. And if it happens a third time, you get 12.
You get a dozen nugs.
A dozen nuggets.
Oh,
Chick-fil-A nuggets are really good too.
Well, they're actually chicken.
Yeah, they're better. They're way better than the McDonald's nuggets.
Yeah. That's not chicken.
You don't think?
No.
Yeah.
But
what do you prefer though? Chick-fil-A overall or Wendy's?
I prefer McDonald's because I go QP with cheese hair.
Well, that's
and the fries are unmatched.
But that's not what I asked you.
Okay. Chick-fil-A over Wendy's.
You do?
Yeah. My Wendy's is a little clumsy in this town. Yeah.
See, I prefer the Wendy's.
Do you? You like the square burger?
I like the burger.
Well, it used to be really. I used to love when they had the super bar. Remember they had the super salad bar?
Yes.
And there was one on College Avenue just past the Cafe 210 West.
Okay.
And I used to go up there. It was like $4 for the super bar.
Yeah.
And I just pull up a chair to that bar.
See, I could never do that.
Why?
I don't eat at bars like self-serve, like smorgasbord kind of stuff.
Yeah, my wife likes that.
Yeah, because everybody else is in there and they're dipping their fingers into the salad, the salad dressing. They're touching stuff, putting stuff back. I don't deal with that.
Wow. Yeah, my wife's like that too.
Yeah.
I have no problem.
No,
you know me. I mean,
yeah,
something can fall on the floor of the radio station.
You'd eat in a hockey locker room.
I have.
Yeah, I'm sure you have.
Absolutely.
Probably one of the smelliest places on the planet.
Yeah,
it's hockey great locker room.
Yeah, I love it. Joey B says, how about Roy Rogers? Are they still around Philly, South Jersey? You had the Roy Rogers Hardee's battle back in the day too, Harry. And Geno's. Remember Geno's burgers?
I do. I never had one, but I do vaguely remember that. I think that was like back in the 70s, wasn't it?
Yeah, early 80s. We had one in Westchester. My brother worked there and the place almost burnt down.
Oh, wow. I never went. I don't know if I ever went to a Roy Rogers.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think so.
They're always on the turnpike.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's not great. What about Arby's? Where are you at on the Arby's roast beef?
I love the Arby's. Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah, that was a good spot. Their sandwiches used to be, I don't know if they still are, but really big with a lot of meat in them.
Oh, yeah, they would stack it very nicely. Yeah. So did you see this video of this out in San Diego, this weird video?
Oh, the Padres fan thing?
Yeah.
I did.
I'm going to put this in.
It was kind of creepy, but I kind of laughed at it. I mean, I don't know if I was laughing at them or with them, but I thought it was kind of funny.
Yeah, I think this is almost disturbing. So here it is. I'm going to play it for the people. And this is, here we go.
That's what's in. Bryce Harper, he's shocked at how hard that.
Show me
No, this is the Fox 29's reaction to it.
Yeah.
And then they show everybody's face. It's kind of funny. But yeah, that they only showed you just a glimpse of the video. It's like, that's what's it. And then it goes back, Philly back. It's disturbing.
Oh my God.
And the worst part is watching the guys dance.
That's what's it.
The whole thing is disturbing.
Yeah. To me, I think it was all staged.
Do you?
For this very thing from like the Fox TV out in San Diego, I think put this together.
Okay.
Just to make a viral moment, knowing it would go crazy on social media and everybody in Philly would make fun of it.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what happened. But I think it was staged. I don't
is.
think anybody really dances like that or dresses like that.
Well, I don't know. San Diego hair.
Yeah.
Whole different world out there.
They got better things to do than that.
Yeah, surf.
The weather's perfect every day.
Yeah. Well, not
Yeah.
cold enough for my blood, but
You remember Sheena Parveen?
Kidding me?
Okay.
How can I forget Sheena Parveen?
Well, I know.
She's a friend.
She went
She came
to
in and did Singing with the Stunads.
That's correct. She went to San Diego to do the weather. Can you think of an easier job than that?
You can pre-record the weather for 6 months.
Oh, that's exactly right. Just put it on a loop.
Yeah. She can do it like they do like Wheel of Fortune, Harry. Go in and tape 2 weeks worth of episodes in one day. Just change your outfit. Oh, I loved Sheena Parveen. Whenever she showed up at the station to visit you and Bruno,
yeah.
First of all, she'd be wearing like yoga pants or like a cute outfit, like kind of like toned down. And I thought she was even cuter.
She's always put together.
Yeah. But she was even cute. And she's so tiny, right? But she'd never come empty-handed. She'd always have something she baked, some cookies. Like, that's a great guest.
It is.
She was very nurturing.
Nurturing.
Do I remember Sheena Parveen?
I don't know.
What'd you think?
I
got
a while.
Like a lobotomy or something? They erased my brain? I can't forget Sheena Parveen. I think about Sheena Parveen at least once every 2 weeks, Harry.
Stop.
She had a good golf swing, too.
She did. She used to take lessons over at the 1912 Club.
I mean, my dream foursome would be with her and Paige Spiranak.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. How about that girl's job?
I'd be spraying it everywhere. Oh, I didn't mean it that way.
Yeah, of course you didn't. Yeah.
Although I did mean it that way.
Oh, God.
I mean, that girl, I mean, she just puts those cans out there. It's like, holy cow.
That's
man.
the job.
Yeah.
On the Instagram.
Working.
Yeah.
What was I going to tell you, though? By the way, Alex Holly still looks great.
Oh, yeah.
She's tremendous.
Yeah,
I don't know how she deals with Jarek every morning.
Yeah. Do you have any more creepy things to say about news people in the
No,
area?
no, I'm pretty much good there now. I don't watch local news that much anymore, Harry.
I don't watch ever. I don't.
The old lady puts it on. I'm like, why are you watching this?
Yeah. No, I don't watch. I go to my phone for the weather, and that's really all I needed anyway. So
just the weather and the countdown app.
Are you having trouble sleeping still, Jason?
It's a weird time of year for me, Harry, because I don't get done. Like the Flyers game ended. I got done the broadcast last night about 10:45, and then I got to start doing the podcast and all that. So sometimes it is hard to, after a big win for the boys.
Yeah.
It is hard to wind down and get some
decompress.
Sleep.
Yeah. It's tough to decompress. Well, you should put some Psalm sleep in your studio down there, because I know you sleep down there a lot. Psalm Sleep has you covered. The scientifically advanced Psalm Stack includes ingredients that are naturally found in your body, like magnesium and melatonin. And sleep, of course, is the best form of recovery. And it's also helped N4L founder and NFL tight end Colin Thompson take his game to the next level. It's simple. All you got to do is drink one serving a half hour before bedtime, and your body will naturally calm itself down. Other sleep supplements, they're going to leave you groggy in the morning, but not Psalm Sleep. Wake up feeling refreshed and ready to conquer the day. Make sure you check them out at getsom.com and use the code G's for 10% off your order. Get Psalm Sleep.
How are we spelling G's, Harry? With a J or a G?
J-E-E-Z, I believe.
Like we spell
just like it is right there.
Yeah, exactly. Joey B is very, very tuned in. He says, I noticed Myrtetus drinking more and more 5-hour energy drinks during his shows. Might be causing some sleep issues. Matter of fact, I had a pomegranate extra strength to start the program today, Harry.
That stuff's terrible for you.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's not good, but
no,
it's what I got to do to get by. I mean, I got these crazy hours with staying up at night. I got 3 young kids. I got this dog that's, Jesus Christ, she gets a separation anxiety, and she'll just find something to eat, like to chew on. She grabbed a whole tissue box the other day, ate the whole freaking thing. It's everywhere, all over the freaking family room.
What is this, a puppy?
Now, she's about 8 months old now, but she's calmed down. I mean, she ate every fucking shoe in the house in the first 4 weeks she was here. I bought like 3 new things of slides, like flip-flops.
Yeah.
She ate them all.
Well, why don't you give her a chew toy or something?
I got a crate of chew toys.
Oh, yeah.
That doesn't serve her purpose. I went to Costco yesterday with my son, and I had to get 3 new pairs of scissors for the house because she ate all the scissors.
Wow.
She ate the handle right off the scissors. And she wonders why she has a hard time taking a shit. She's trying to pass a scissor. You know what I mean?
What kind of dog is it? You should call Mikey Miss for some puppy advice.
No, I'll pass.
Because he had that Shiba Inu as a puppy.
Well, he's got the children's book based on the dog now.
Right,
well.
right. We talked about that, yeah.
Yeah. So when my other dog, I had a golden retriever, Allie Lulu, and she had cancer, and we were getting ready to put her down, and Ange bought the puppy a week before we put the other dog down. And the new dog is Luna Lou. I don't know why with this Lou shit, but she's a white English cream golden retriever.
Oh, wow.
Absolute beauty. Great dog. But I mean, I'll go outside for 10 minutes. I go up, or I'll come down here for an hour, work, go back upstairs. It's like it was like I was over in Vietnam on a tour, Harry. She hasn't seen me in so long.
Wow.
Freaking out. She used
Happy to see you.
Yeah.
Luna was a Tom Petty song.
Yes.
On one of his first 2 records. I think it was off You're Gonna Get It. I think. The second.
I miss Tom Petty.
Me too.
Did you ever see him live, Harry?
Dozens of times.
Really? I never saw him.
Oh, he was great.
Now, since you can't go see Tom Petty, I'd like to see the touring version of this, Harry. Did you see this?
Oh, yes, of course.
The Philly Special Christmas album.
Yeah, it's coming out, I think, in late November.
Is it November 23rd or something, I want to say?
It's somewhere around Thanksgiving. Yeah, close to Thanksgiving. It's coming out.
Are they going to flip, Harry, before B101 goes to all Christmas music? Or is B101 all Christmas already?
You know, I was in Home Depot yesterday, and they already have the Christmas stuff up for sale.
Oh, yeah. You know? They're always months ahead. Yeah.
But no, this is Jason Kelce, Lane Johnson, and Jordan Mailata, apparently, have gotten together with the War on Drugs' drummer, Charlie Hall. Of course, War on Drugs is a Philly band.
Yep. And one of Mikey Miss's bands that was featured in Alt Rock Mondays or whatever it was.
They're good. I like them. I mean,
the Alt Rock pick of the week.
Was the song Pain ever one of Mikey's choices?
Could have been. You know who's
5 years old, 5, 6 years old.
You know who's a big fan of War on Drugs too? Was Connor Barwin.
Well, that's how this all happened.
Oh, really?
Connor Barwin's buddies with the band and Charlie Hall, and Connor Barwin works with the Eagles. You know, as sort of like a community liaison PR kind of situation. So he thought it'd be a great idea to do this and put a couple of the O linemen together, and with a record, and it's produced by Charlie Hall of War on Drugs.
Awesome. Well, this promo is
7
great.
songs. Yeah, let's listen to this.
Let's play this promo. It's a Philly Special Christmas, and this is the promo. Oh my God, it's so great.
It is. It is great.
12/23 it's out, Harry.
Oh, really?
It's really close to Christmas.
Wow. Are you serious?
Yeah, it should be out sooner than that. I don't have to talk to the guys from War on Drugs.
Well, a Philly Special Christmas, which it'll be available for pre-order on iTunes starting October 29th.
Oh, okay.
I'm reading this right out of the Philly Voice. Okay. And apparently Jason Kelce used to play the sax back in high school.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Did he play an alto sax, Har?
No, it was a baritone. I'm glad you asked.
It had to be.
It was a baritone sax in his Ohio high school band.
Could you see like Kelce playing the flute? He's not a flutesman.
No, he's not a flutesman. But Mailata, of course, remember him playing the ukulele?
Mm-hmm.
Remember that video that we saw a couple years ago when they first drafted him or picked him up?
We played that on the show.
I think we did. And he famously belted out Chris Stapleton's Tennessee Whiskey song during a team meeting last year, according to the Philly Voice.
Wow.
That's a good tune.
Yeah, it's a very good tune. I like Chris Stapleton.
Yeah, he can carry a tune, this Mailata.
Yeah. This Mailata. I love it.
So
I'm going to... that'd be a nice stocking stuffer.
Yeah, White Christmas, Blue Christmas, Merry Christmas Baby, The Night Before Christmas, Christmas Baby Please Come Home, Silent Night, and of course Santa Claus is Coming to Town are the tracks on the
Okay.
record.
So they're going to do the offensive line version of Bing Crosby.
Exactly.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's probably my favorite Christmas song too.
The Bing Crosby version.
Yeah, the I'm dreaming.
That's a classic.
Dreaming. Yeah, it's so crooned out, right?
Yeah. Now,
Very
War on Drugs, though. I mean, they're good, man. I like that band. Pain is a great song. Holding On, I Don't Live Here Anymore is one of their recent songs on their newer album. I remember they did a cover of the Grateful Dead, A Touch of Grey, for this. There was this record that came out years ago, Grateful Dead covers covered by other bands.
Yeah.
And they were a part of it. They did Touch of Grey.
Wow, they did Touch of Grey.
Yeah.
That's odd.
Yeah.
That's not one I would think anybody would do. It was more of like a commercial song for the Dead.
It was, yeah. That was one in the
preferred,
late 80s, I think, that came out. Mid to late
I would have
80s.
preferred War on Drugs did like Franklin's Tower. You know what I mean? Or
right.
Walk Me Out in the Morning Dew Hair.
Oh, my God.
While I take a leak in your driveway.
China Cat Sunflower.
Yes. Now, how about the Monkey and the Engineer, Harry? You like that song?
No, I don't.
They never played that one live.
Bertha.
Yeah, well, that's a great one.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And my favorite, I've sent this to you on a number of occasions, is from the Without a Net live version of Looks Like Rain.
Oh, yeah, that's a great song.
Oh, Jerry's
that's
so good.
Yeah, but doesn't Bobby sing that?
Yeah, Bobby does.
Bobby sings that, yeah.
Yeah, but Jerry's playing in it. It sounds like a stream going over rocks. The guitar, like it's just so good. There's like 17 solos in it.
Now, it got me thinking War on Drugs about Philly bands. Like War on Drugs, Roots, the Hooters, Hall and Oates, and then we got the
Boys to Men.
Spinners. Are the Spinners from Philadelphia?
The
whole TSOP thing, the Sound of Philadelphia, those bands.
Yeah, so
from the 60s.
Gamble.
Right.
Yeah.
Gamble and Huff.
Gamble and Huff, yeah. Patti LaBelle, of course, from Philly.
Yeah.
Will Smith.
Was Bobby Blue Bland, I think, was from Philly.
Yeah, Jill Scott's a Philly singer as well.
Right. Teddy Pendergrass.
Yeah. Oh, good one, yeah.
Yeah.
Chubby Checker's from Philly.
That's right.
Yeah.
South Philly, I think. Wasn't he a South Philly guy? Yeah.
Yeah. So, there's some good. I mean, of course, you got Tommy Conwell and the Young Rumblers, Harry.
Oh, yes.
Robert Hazard.
Oh, Robert Hazard. Oh, my God. Escalator of Life.
Yes.
That was the big hit.
I texted with Tommy a couple weeks ago, and I've been meaning to get him here on the pod. We just got to find the right time to do it and the location to do it, because I'm not having Tommy Conwell on unless he's going to play music live on the podcast.
Right.
Like, I want him to plug in that old ragged out Telecaster into his Fender solid state amp and bang out Ace of Spades from Motorhead, because he'll do it.
He has a solid state Fender amp, not a tube?
No, he's got a solid state one that he plays a lot of times.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's a fantastic guitar player.
He is. Yeah. I saw him live.
Unbelievable.
I mean, I've seen
him.
Yeah,
he's great. Yeah, Tommy is awesome.
I saw him recently, too, like only a couple years ago when
at the Ardmore thing,
had
right?
that. Well, no, Hall & Oates had that Wawa Hoagie Fest thing down on the river. And his band played, in the afternoon.
Yeah.
And they were great. I was standing right in front row. I was high-fiving with him.
Yeah.
He's the best.
He is one of the greatest guys. And when I was at YSP and he was there, we had a Christmas party on the Mooshaloo, the boat there.
The boat, yeah.
Yeah. And, we're getting all banged out.
The Mooshaloo.
Yeah, the Mooshaloo. What do you say, Moosh?
No, Joan Jett, too, we forgot.
Oh, yeah. Joan
Jett's from like Wynwood or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Of course, from the Runaways. And she appeared at a DeBella DeBall when I was at YSP.
Oh, of course.
JDB is tight with Joan Jett.
He is, yeah.
And she appeared at one of those. But at that Christmas party at YSP, we're getting all banged up. Tommy doesn't. Tommy's been sober for years. But there was a piano there. And Tommy just sat down and just started playing songs. And people would just yell out a song. They'd yell out like Barry Manilow, Mandy. And be like, I don't know. Give me a minute. And then boom, he'd start playing it.
Is that right?
It was unbelievable. I was like, dude, this guy is ridiculous. Such a great musician.
Jim Croce.
Oh, yeah. He went to Malvern.
Did he really?
Yeah, I think he went to Malvern Prep at one
Oh,
point
wow.
too. Yeah.
And Cinderella, remember them?
Well, from Springfield Delco with
Yeah,
Tommy Kiefer on vocals, Harry.
That's exactly right.
Yes.
How about the hair on those guys?
Yeah.
Back in
Shake
the 80s.
me! Ah. They shot the one video at Pulsations on Route 1.
That's no longer around, is it? That was.
It's like a landscaping place now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it
That
used
was
to
a
go. They used
big
to have Metal
club in the
Mondays.
early 80s. That was a big
Yeah,
spot.
I saw Slayer there with Metal Church, Harry, on Metal
Wow.
Mondays. Yeah.
Yeah, Boys to Men. How could we forget them?
Yeah.
And Diplo. Remember Diplo, the DJ?
I don't remember Diplo.
Oh yeah, he was like one of the early ones, which is now, there's tons of them, where he went to Temple
Really?
for a brief time. Yeah. And he was one of those first DJs that was like really in high demand, where you'd be flying across the world, like doing a party, in Munich, and then the next night he's in Tokyo. Like he was one of those guys.
Yeah. Guys that a casino will fly them in.
Yeah.
Go nuts to go see these DJs. I don't get that's not my thing.
Here's one of Eitan's buddies, Jedi Mind Tricks.
Is he a rapper, Harry?
Yeah, from Philly. A hip hop
Okay.
guy. It's a hip hop guy. And
right.
Shander knows him.
Okay. I'll have to take his word for that.
He's always wearing the shirts.
Yeah. Well, Shander was one of the artists from Philly at one point. He's not on the top 100.
He's not on the top.
Autonomous, right?
Right, autonomous. Will Smith.
Of course, yeah. Jazzy Jeff. Yes. There was a burgeoning music scene here in the 80s. I mean, there was some bands coming out.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know this. The Dead Milkmen are from Philly.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
They were punk, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a punk band.
Yeah. You see some good bands.
Ken Queter, remember him?
No.
Ken Queter and the Coconuts?
No.
It's the early 80s.
A queeter sounds like some sort of disease.
I know it does.
You have a queeter on your foot.
Yeah, right.
Like a goiter. Unreal. What's the you got to tell the people about Fudge Kitchen, Harry, because it's one of our favorite places. Brittany Fox. Wow, Philadelphia area band.
Yeah, the original Fudge Kitchen, of course, Jason, official sponsor of Not For Long Media. And, of course, the Odgies podcast. The original Fudge Kitchen's a staple down at the shore with 6 locations, Cape May, Wildwood, Stone Harbor, and Ocean City. The original Fudge Kitchen makes all of their fudge in store, right on the premises, guaranteeing a delicious product. So stop by and let them know that N4L sent you. But if you're not able to visit in person, it's not a problem. They ship across the country, man. You can be sure to check them out at fudgekitchens.com. The original Fudge Kitchen, shipping fudge and sweet treats across the country. That's a great holiday gift too.
No question about it.
Yeah.
For next week's episode, we'll be kind of knocking on the door of Halloween here. I want you to come up with your top 3 songs or movie. 3 songs, 3 movies that freaked you out. Like literally freaked. Like there's some songs that you hear and you go, holy shit, that's like satanic. Right?
Wow.
Like the song Black Sabbath.
Yeah.
With that, those
a lot of their songs freaked me out.
Yeah, like really gothic and dark.
Right.
And then
Ronnie James Dio.
Yeah, that's right. Holy Diver, Harry.
Right. Yes.
So I got this last thing I want to get to here. I got this DM from a guy on Twitter yesterday, and he said, "Hey, I love Flyers Daily. I listen to it every day. Do you have a Spotify playlist?" I said, "What is that?" And you can go on Spotify. I have a Spotify account.
I do not.
And you can create your own playlist, like all the songs. So I created a Spotify playlist with all the songs that I use at the end of podcast episodes, whether it's for Flyers Daily, here, whatever, Stick to Hockey. And I created this playlist, and there's all kinds of great stuff in it. But usually I try and find a song to close out the pods, even this one, that's got some sort of subliminal meaning, or we mentioned it in the program.
Okay.
The type of producer that I am.
Yeah.
So, like when JDB was on, we had a little Who compilation.
Who, yeah. Yeah. He loves Pete.
You surprised he didn't get mixed? He didn't get mixed up in that cuts over at Beasley?
No, he's a machine. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's pretty cool to be friends with Pete Townsend, though. I got to be honest.
If you got Pete on speed dial.
Yeah. I think Pete gave him a guitar.
Really?
Yeah. That I think he gave to his son.
Oh, to Casey.
Yeah.
Well, that kid had it all.
Yeah. Yeah, I bet.
It's a charmed life.
I
Although
bet.
I do have a guitar that was given to me by the great Dimebag Darrell that you see.
Well, yeah, it's
right
behind you.
behind me there.
Yeah.
Right
Yeah.
over here.
Right.
Signed by him as well. So good collector's item for myself.
Now,
Then
would you go back into rock radio?
Yes.
You would.
Yeah.
Oh,
And I
yeah,
got the
that's
mini
cool.
version of the guitar here.
That's cool.
The Dean from Hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, right here in the home studio. Yeah, I would go back into rock radio in a heartbeat.
Would you?
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah.
You don't do much.
Well, right, but I mean, it's kind of, I don't think it would be as fun as it would have been like 20, 30, 40 years ago.
No,
Like,
definitely not.
There's not that many great acts anymore, are there?
No. Well, I don't think so, Harry, because of streaming and music industry became all about the single,
Yeah.
no longer the album,
There's
right?
no concept albums anymore.
Yeah, they don't develop artists. They get a single out there and get as many downloads as they can, and then they kick them to the curb, right?
Right. Yeah.
There's always been one-hit wonders.
Very rare do you have the follow-up success. You know?
Yeah, the first album's easy to write.
Right.
You got all the pain in the world to write about, right? Then the second album, you got all this money and chicks and the whole thing that goes with it, drugs, tour buses, no vans, and all that shit. And what are you writing about now?
Right.
You know, that's the hard thing. But rock radio is great. I mean, you go on, you don't have a lot of freedom to go out and like talk radio was great because you could really show your personality and perform. And rock radio was, this is read this liner. That's what it became.
Right.
Which is a shame. Very few guys still have the autonomy to do what Pierre does and just take a break and talk for 4 minutes about whatever, about his coffee and his dog, That's not what it is anymore. Here that was Leonard Skinner. Coming up, we got this in a music marathon. Here's Metallica, Wherever I May Roam, 93.3 WMBR.
Right. No longer does the DJ like tell a story, in between the songs.
Yeah. Yeah, and give you great information.
Ed Shockey was awesome at that. Back in the day. That guy was phenomenal.
Yeah, Ed was great. I mean, Mel Toxic back in the day was a good rock DJ.
Randy Kotz.
Yeah.
I love Randy Kotz.
Our good friend Ray Koob was
right.
one of the best too.
We need to get him on, by the way.
Because
he's got an interesting podcast. He does a really good podcast about music.
Yeah, and he was my A&R rep at Interscope when I was a music director in rock radio.
Is that right?
So he worked with artists and the whole thing. Yeah, he's awesome. And actually, one of the best record rep in the country, and I think everybody in this country will agree, that worked 10 years ago and 30 years prior, is from Philly. Her name is Bobby Silver. You ever meet Bobby?
No.
She is a legend. She was the best record. She'd send you a handwritten Christmas card every year, a handwritten birthday card, everybody. She was this little woman with this crazy hair. She'd walk in and bring you in Marilyn Manson, right?
Wow.
She was like 60. She's the best. I just sent her a message the other day for her birthday, as a matter of fact. Bobby Silver's a legend.
Wow.
So, all right. Anything else you want to get to, Harry?
No, I think that's it.
You spilled the bucket?
Yeah.
All
I
right.
read the entire show sheet.
You certainly emptied the clip. Did you use your notes at all?
Yeah, I used them all.
Oh, did you? Nice.
Yeah.
I didn't even, my phone was on top of mine the entire time. So, all right, that's going to put a wrap on episode 39 of the Odd G's podcast. We'll be back in a week's time.
Yeah,
we'll see
the
where
Phillies are still playing.
Yeah, see where the Phils go, and we'll be preparing for the Eagles' return. Flyers will still be underway. We'll be plenty to get to here on the Odd G's podcast, and we'll talk to you then. Everybody, leave us a 5-star rating and review. If you're watching this on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, and we would appreciate that as well. Have a great week, everybody.